Paint me like one of your French girls.
I'd love to. How would you like me to do that?
With an AK.
Okay, that got dark. We're not going to do that. We're going to cast this game instead. Maybe we'll think about that later. NiP versus G2. It's going to be cash. It's going to be cash. It's going to be like the guy said on the desk. This is a classic matchup here. NiP at one point it's their very best map. No one could beat them on it. And then it dropped off. Their form did as well.
It's a scary thought that we're even here.
It's absolutely. But they've been working hard. They've also got a new member here, Rez, who looked amazing on this map earlier as well. We're going to see what they can bring to the table. Matt, them starting the CT side. G2, surely the favourite team going into this one on the T side here. One smoke for Shoxy, and he's actually heading towards Squeaky Door, the smoke. Okay, what's he got up his sleeve?
Well, I'm not sure, but I do love the fact that we have NiP versus a French lineup. This is a rivalry as old as the game itself.
Absolutely.
Go, that is not 1.6
Yeah.
and SAS,
Sass.
as you came from.
I wish I was there.
Carrying on, it's Squeaky Door that's not yet been opened. They're going to back off of it as well. Bomb looks to be inside of A main, and that could be indeed the intended target. Or it could not be, but I'm going to go with a strong bet that it is. Hedge against me all you like. I wonder what Betway says on those odds. As Exist will take down Body. MBK gets the only one back. Look at Rezi again. He's got two. But MBK has more to do. He's found his third in the round, and it's down to Forrest, who's formerly a Pister Master. I'm not going to give him that claim anymore. It's been a while. Am I? Yes, maybe I did that on purpose. Huh? Reverse psychology, Forrest. Yeah, you heard me. Let's go. Down to MBK. He's looking for a fourth and the final in this round to give G2 the pistol, to give them the win and momentum. Remember, they had a massive comeback against Tyloo today. It was a slow start this time. It's a little better. They'll get the pistol, and they'll take the first round.
Well then, G2 actually running into a three-man stack from NiP towards the A side there. Smoke towards Highway, flashbangs going in as well. Rezi, like he said, doing a great job there, finding 2 kills to kick things off. No unsilenced USP this time. He actually had the silencer firmly connected to the weapon. He finds a couple of kills, but that's all they really get. The bomb goes down, Forrest left them 2v1, and gets out-dueled by MBK to finish the round off. It's going to be 1-0 NiP. Half force buying into it to be Draken and Get Right without armor here. Got a couple of smokes to work with as well. 3 rifles with G2, a couple of SMGs, of course. Pretty standard stuff, nothing to report. In terms of the stack from the CT side, straight line formation, 2 at A, 2 middle, 1 in B. Just trying to hold up, and the deep walls can be very deadly on this map indeed, but we'll see whether they can get anything rolling here. Get Right holding middle, but he's got the CZ. Very decent pistol, not amazing at that range. Rezi is in a better position. With that Desert Eagle, see if he can start lighting up the scoreboard here. It's been impressing people this weekend, or week, I should say.
Yeah, it's true. I miss you, Adam, but I like what the future holds.
Okay. You said that. You had an interesting tweet earlier. So
I literally tweeted that. I meant to tag him in it for the sake of banter, but I didn't post the picture, so I forgot to tag him, and he was sitting right across from me, and then I just looked like a giant dick. Yeah, it's fine. I mean, I am what I have, but Body's got Get Right to start it. It's Exist that's going to boost up in the A site with his teammate above to spot toward A main on the Deagle. That's Draken. However, it's B that this time looks to be the target, and I'd say that's a safe bet again because they've already set up for it, including the vent now busted out. They were rotating off of B. They still seem to be. Forrest is left and pretty much left Rez alone, who's up in a corner where in which as soon as he's spotted, he will go down. That's exactly what happens as Forrest, with his Deagle, backs off. Has to wait for the rotations as well.
It doesn't look too promising for NiP, I have to say. Round number 2, no kills coming in. A bit of damage inflicted to MBK, but the bomb down in B, I think you can save these upgraded pistols, the armor itself as well. No kits to work with, so the round is suddenly over. Hoping for some exits. That's Forrest, like you said. Once upon a time was the pistol master. Does some more damage, but can't find the frag. He gets taken down. That's 1 body armor piece taken down with it as well. So, Exist at the PG-50. In CT spawn, very common position for the terrorists to check. As I mentioned, there's the first. They do check it. Exist to find 1 frag, but that's all they'll get. All 5 players eradicated for NiP. Should be a full EK now. So Draken, of course, EWP player. Only at 27.50. We'll just be able to squeeze out an AWP, but it won't be the most promising of buys for him.
Achoo. Ah, bless you. Gesundheit. Do it again. No. Look into the light.
We're okay,
Look into the light.
Yeah, the bright,
That's a trick,
light.
by the way, for anyone watching. If you're on the cusp of a sneeze and you can't quite get it to come out, just look at a light and you'll
Is that because you just put your nose in the air like the dust particles go up?
Maybe. Just look into the light, Henry.
Trying.
Be like a deer in the headlights for once, would ya? Get Right will take down Shocks. Something to report for the Pistols of NiP, but it's pretty straightforward. This should go to G2. They've already got the A site taken. Bomb's going to be planted. Get Right, Kenny S, is watching down highway. And they've got a lurk to go back through big garage as well to cover off mid. So everything in a line for G2. Apex going to find Exist as well. That'll pincer off the rest of them. They're getting close to the bottom of highway to try and at least get a gun if they can get in toward the big garage, but even then that's going to be a challenge for them. Mac 10 for Forrest. Good luck.
Good luck indeed. It's not like he can take that round into the next round, so trying to farm some money here. If he gets one kill with the Mac 10, it's actually worth it, believe it or not. He doesn't want to keep this for the next. He just wants to try and get $600 for the kill. Doing what he can, trying to keep them in the bomb site, maybe to take them down with the bomb, but not going to happen. His teammate desperately runs in behind them. Get Right, of course. Okay, I was about to say he might just get away from the bomb radius, but apparently not. Both of them go down, 4 players surviving for G2. Difficult round now for NiP after force buy in the second. The opening frags from Shoxy and co. Getting a lot of money for those Mac 10 kills. Full buy for them, not so much a bonus here. They got AKs across the board. Kenny S, of course, AWP in hand. The guys on the desk earlier were calling the Ronaldo of Counter-Strike. I think that's fair to say.
Ronaldo?
Yeah.
What, a pretty boy that runs around and celebrates obnoxiously?
Exactly, I think that's what they were going for.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Ah, see, I don't even watch footy, and I know that.
Regardless, he does get tagged up, unfortunately for him. Down to 21 HP. And they go towards B, trying to get some checkers control.
Do you know what they call Jason?
Go on.
The Zinedine Zidane of Counter-Strike.
Headbutting people?
Just bald.
Jesus.
Carry on.
I'm trying.
Back to the game, Henry.
Back to the game. But a wall bang damage there coming in. Not too much. Apex down to 88. They have got the checkers control. Pressure applied now. That's Draken. Last cannon AWP finds the first kill. It's Apex going down. NBK in the vents as well. Looking potentially to be a B split here with 2 players in the vents and one towards middle as well. Kenny S trying to get the pick and return. Now he knows Yorp's in the B site. His low HP not so much a factor. Willing to take that duel. It will be a B finish from what I can see as the bomb's in that area. Get Right in the connector as well. Tentatively looking towards middle with his M4. Not really challenging. Just watching the pixel gap for anyone crossing to the vent. Gets it. Falls back.
Wow. Hold for Draken. Blood on the wall from his first victim. He's looking for more. He's got more. Body goes down. That's bomb in the site. 37 seconds. They've got to go deep to get the bomb back as well. Wait for it because they're going to try. Draken will step up to find MBK. He's going to go for another as well. He's got Shocks. The new boys are certainly coming to play for NiP. It's Kenny. That's going to be running to try and save the AWP. 21 HP, if I can see that far away. It's 21 indeed. But 17 seconds. They may just let him go. Keep the bomb, keep the money up, keep the guns alive. Well done, Draken.
4 kills for Draken. Yes, absolutely well done. No armor on that play as well. So hitting every shot required. First one was pretty simple procedure. It was looking quite promising for G2, I have to say. Getting checkers control that early in the round as well. Pushing the CTs back in middle. This kind of caliber of G2, you think they'd run away with that situation. But Draken, it's absolutely everything. Smiles on the faces of NiP. It's been a while since we've seen those, I have to say. Good to see it. As they find the first gun round. Number 5 here. Money available, of course, to G2 after having a very clean start in the game, even after the reinvestment instead of our 3k on each player. Maybe a little bit less. All for Draken, of course. Great round for him in the previous. Very important round here. They do have head armor kits and utility to work with as well. Kenny S looking for some revenge, perhaps, as he goes towards B storage once again. 3 players in that area. An aggressive play from the CTs. Look towards A storage. This is what we're going to see from NiP. Taking control of the map, taking the pace, and they're going to be actually getting a lot of intel there, actually nading at the start as well. And didn't get a kill, but at least they can say, right, we can maybe concentrate towards middle at this point. Rotate a player back. Forrest actually going back towards B, swapping with Get Right. Bit of mid control though for Shoxy. He's by himself, no CT presence there whatsoever. Get Right rotating in towards the white box.
Forrest in the corner. Swing any direction he likes as MBK boosted back up inside of the vents. His timing is impeccable as well as he gets Apex and Kenny. No one even ready to fight back until Body gets an angle that catches him off trying to find another. Look at this spray down from MBK. Get Right. Eat those bullets. How do you like those tomatoes, Hank?
Love them.
They're actually tomatoes. Rez in the back of the site has to make up for the fact that Get Right never even got to fight, to be clear. He was taken out before he arrived. Stopped to spray for a second and it costs him, but Rez is stepping up for the same position Draken did last round. He finds NBK and his body jumps up inside of the site. The man we just mentioned will find him as well. Get right. May have gone down in spectacular fashion, but NiP still find the round.
I haven't been impressed by G2 so far, but NiP on the other hand, since the gun run's begun, they've actually looked quite good. Draken with that great play with the AWP in the previous round, and Forrest stepping up. Players all around him. Flashbangs are good. Teamwork's on point. Money not quite disappearing for G2 just yet. I'm just looking at the final buy. 4 AK-47s. Kenny S. Okay, that's what I wanted to see. The AWP's not coming out. Deagle for him. So still enough to work with here, but don't have the Kenny S power anymore. Well, he boosts himself up across middle, trying to get past any CT spotting him in that area. Actually manages to help himself to that area. Indeed, Draken this time towards middle, looking to challenge, but Body finds the first frag, maybe a second as well as he inflicts damage towards Draken, but he's fighting back. Nice shot to take on Apex.
Shot indeed. Watch Draken trying to pop up
How's
from
he
behind
alive?
the spool.
How?
Kenny keeps him alive by killing Body.
What?
And it all gets rather awkward from there, if I'm completely honest with you. But it is going to be a man advantage from G2. Shox, NBK, and Kenny. Quite a trio, I have to say, against Forrest and Rez. I don't know if we can call that a duo just yet. We'll see how they make out in this particular round. I guess Rez doesn't really want to partake. He wants to watch from the Master. 1 versus 3 for Forrest. G2 looking for round 4. And NiP, I don't even think they'll fancy their chances on this one.
Probably not. Just Forrest here. M4, sure, got the kit, but 3 players to find in the B-bomb site, and he knows there's probably some presence here towards middle. He's wrong at that point, but maybe just trying to upgrade to the AWP. He's going to be around there somewhere. Draken, like we said, staying alive for so long, could have caused so much more damage there. If he got a bit of luck with the no-scopes, potentially could have turned around in his favour. Looks like the orb has potentially been hidden, hasn't found it, so he'll be falling back. Still knows a bit of danger here. Gets the AK-47, so nice fast run there from G2, getting that mid-control, and I think they've ascertained that's the weakness of this CT setup right now. They're allowing the terrorists to have a lot of control, and when they challenge, Draken was towards that highway box, get 1 frag, but his teammate had already gone down. A team kill coming in for G2, but still looking pretty convincing in the final product there. 4-2 now, and Forrest has saved the AK, but money's not amazing, so he can drop a FAMAS. They can buy around it with AWP as well. This was very awkward indeed. How was he alive for so long? I guess Exist was taking some of the aggro away and all the chaos. Round number 7 map. 2 UMPs, an AK. Draken does indeed buy the orb. 1 kit, lacking across the board in utility. I'd like to see another fast round for them, maybe towards A storage again. Flash in, try and get that first pick, but it's going to be Kenny S challenging towards B this time. I think we're going towards the squeaky door. That's Draken with the orb. That's what we want to see on Cash. One of the most versatile maps in that sense, meaning the orbs can have lots of options at the start and try and find frags when you're up against the ropes in terms of the financial situation. Looking good so far, but haven't found anything. Draken wants to commit a bit further, it seems. He's by himself, finding new lines, and he knows there's such a high chance terrorists could be waiting for him, but he could be in luck here. Problem is, Kenny S is in mid-storage, and time is could elude him. We'll see if this works out for Draken. Gets nothing for it, but gets a lot of information. He can tell his team to stack towards B at this point. So get right. Forrest making their way towards the B side.
That's the massive aspect of it. He gets so far out, and he gets Kenny. That works out well. Now, they give up middle in doing this, but knowing that B is stacked up and safe, A is covered off, and he's going to rotate back inside of the site, they should be expecting this. You'd have to expect. Problem is that it's still such a powerful position, and there's only 2 in the A site. So if they start to find kills at highway, which Shox does against Exist, they can still work this. Oh, but they think with the smoke down, they don't know which way to go. They may have forced out a rotation on this and found B. Get right. He's got to slow down because he's making a ton of noise. Apex knows he's here. Apex has absolutely hurt him. He's slowed up. Now, Apex does have the bomb, so going down, Get Right is done well because they'll smoke that off 31 seconds. That should secure the round.
It's looking much better from NiP at this point. They knew they had to make something happen towards that squeaky door position as well. Draken short, it's a huge risk, but with UMPs, no utility, he had to make that frag happen. He gets all the information, finds Kenny S as well, funnels them into a panic, it seemed as well. Going towards middle, and it's going to be Shoxy getting 1 frag short, but Get Right, huge flank in the B storage area, finds the bomb, secures the round, 4 players survive as well. NiP right back in the driving seat now. 4-3 overall in favour of G2. But they have to take a pause here, I think. Yep, tactical called by Shoxy, the in-game leader, of course, for G2. They've got about, okay, so 5k for Shoxy, 4,400 for NBK, but 3 players hovering around the 2.5k mark, so money's not great. With the lead right now, I'd say let's go for the partial buy. French team's obviously very good at that, can drop a few Tech 9s, get some smokes out as well, aim for the plant. Middle has been an open area for them, but NiP finding some form right now. Seeing some good plays from Get Right. That was stroke of genius from him, getting into that T-spawn area, made some noise, but managed to get the vital kill. Draken, I have to say, for a player that's relatively new to this end of the scene, managing to have some assertive and confident plays at the start there as well. Out-dueling Kenny S, who was looking that direction, so good work by him. Round number 8, the impulse comes in. Can't tell you if G2 have bought just yet because they haven't purchased anything. I think they're dropping some pistols from what I can hear, so have a look what the final buy is. So yes, CZ and the orb. Okay, Shoxy, we are force buying. Last minute decision by the looks of things. 3 pistols, the Shoxy AWP. I guess we'll follow him and see what he's got up his sleeve. He's going to quite an important round here. He'll be boosted up. Looking to find a duel here. He wants to find anyone he can to open things up.
Shox gonna wait in the cubby. EWP at the ready, but it's a tight angle. We know Shox loves these angles. We know that he's gone down drop before. On cobblestone this time, he'll find above the white box. Forest half exposed. And now he's fully nude. Let's get right backs off, tries to spray down toward the vet. Kenny's got him back with a Tech 9. This is looking good for G2 to open up middle. It's all on to exist. Damage done, but no kill exchanged. And he's gonna go for the reload. This brings Rez the next on highway. Nowhere to hide for him, but he does at least get one back on Kenny. But after all the damage, why challenge? They're gonna back off, flash him out. He's locked in behind the ticket booth. They'll go back in for the challenge, and they time it well.
Shoxy doing God's work there. Very good stuff. Managing to get that boost up, find the first pick, and then at that point his teammates joining him, doing damage towards the sandbags player as well. It's going to be a 3 versus 1. Draken had some great rounds so far, but he's going to be in B. This round's done. G2 taking a huge risk there, buying 1 AK, the AWP as well. Could have cost them everything in terms of their advantage, but they managed to pull through. 2 kills with Kenny S as well, the Tech 9. Punishing that highway position as well. The rotation came from an IP, trying to get the refrags. This didn't happen for them. Great flashbang usage there. And GT once again focusing and finding success towards middle here on the T side of Cash. Impressive stuff. Draken does save the AWP. Back and forth game so far. G2 going 3-0 up after winning the pistol. And NiP looked much better in the gun rounds. Force buy for G2 here. Leads to success with 3 players surviving as well. They're absolutely fine. On the other hand, NiP, they do get reset. 1 player surviving the AWP. Do they force buy as well? Place your bets. I couldn't really tell you. So 3 players on about 3k with Draken with the AWP as well. I'd say they probably don't fully invest into this one. They probably go like Deagles, some body armor, maybe a couple of UMPs, and try and see what they can do. Oh, I beg your pardon there. They've actually gone all in. Forest buying the M4. Okay then. Big round coming in. NiP take a gamble themselves. Actually pretty decent. With the weapon dropped, they do get a couple of M4s here. 1 player on a PT-50, that's the sly caveat, and Rez down to that UMP. And he gets the first shot. Draken once again making things happen at the start of the round. He's been great so far.
Get right, tries to spray down Apex. Gets one, but goes out. Kenny finds it in return. Forest barely gets away with getting Kenny. It's down to just Shox, and that's quite a fast round from NiP. Minute 26. We're down to 1 player left on the T side. That's how fast the CTs took back mid. The boost from B works out brilliantly. Shox isn't going to find much. NiP is going to find round 4.
Absolutely. Back and forth action. I love it. The force buys working out, and the big plays coming in for the likes of the younger players. Draken towards B once again. Finds that first AWP shot. The boost in advantage you mentioned as well. G2 trying to bully that mid position, but caught with the trousers down as Forest comes from the vent. Going to be Shoxy, the last player remaining. Not so much anymore though. Resi finds him, and they pull another round back. 5-4 now. Surely money broken for G2. Probably going to force buy into this as well. They don't want to give up. Number 10. 5 seconds remaining for the buy. What's the call? They're discussing it. They're going for it, Matt. Here we go. The force buy again. I do like Cash. This is why I love it. It's so many fast play options. It's got lots of set pieces you can do without map control as well. So it lends itself to this kind of aggressive and exciting high-octane Counter-Strike. Towards B. Rez and Draken to receive. All 5 players for G2 coming in. Molotovs, smokes deployed. Can they hold them off?
Draken, good shot, finds body. MBK. Let's get one on the CZ. They're getting so close. In fact, MBK stops up because he's worried about having a Draken still behind him. Pressure on him, I guess, to hit the shot with the scope, but the scopes do all the work. It's the AWPs with 5 kills. 3 for Forest, of all people. 2 for Draken in the site.
Wow, the double AWP setup. Forest. He was actually at one point the main AWPer for NiP, if you remember. It's been a bit of a mishmash affair for the Orbs and NiP, ever since losing the likes of Alu, of course, and he's definitely proficient with the weapon. Pit was brought in to try and balance things out in that respect, and definitely wasn't convincing, but with Draken on their side now as well, that's what they needed. That was the missing piece, and then Rez, he's looking great as well. A chance for NiP to take down a behemoth of CSGO like G2 would be a great step in the right direction. Glocks and PT50s, G2 have to give in. No more force buys. NiP surely going to take the lead here. One Deagle available. That's in the hands of Shoxy. Definitely can do devastating things with this weapon. Will we see any magic just yet? I'm not so sure.
Shock's trying desperately to hit the Deagle. Can't do it. Still trying. Might get more chances than he was after. Forrest, another 3 kills on his AWP.
Getting warmed up now.
Yeah, he's looking sharp, I have to say. Zist crawls in with the UMP to find Shocks. Kenny's going to rotate over toward Squeaky, and Exist gets the shot back in.
So that was the full eco for G2. In terms of loss bonus, 3rd stage right now, so $2,400. Forrest, not the most impressive shots, but calculated, calm. Hit what he had to, that's all we ask. Round of 12, they do have the lead for now. No orb for Kenny S, I have to say, he's been relatively quiet. I normally say this is his absolute best map. Depending on what kind of Kenny S turns up, he's on 4 for 7 right now, but I guess he is on the T side. He can have more freedom on the CT side to find those initial picks and keep the terrorists guessing. Mid presence now, CT's adjusting somewhat. Exist joins get right at the start. He tucks himself in a sandbag position. Bangs towards Squeaky door, but Draken once again opening things up. The Orb's causing chaos here. 2 frags. Draken, he's looking confident, right? He's not scared of Kenny S whatsoever. He wants to actively take these duels, and he's winning the majority of them. Flashed off then as well.
Body. Good opener to find Exist. I had it written all over it, but I hesitated to say so for a minute because when he jumped up, he can get his aim reset as soon as the peak came in. He still manages the kill.
Hello.
He goes back for more on Get Right, but Draken this time was completely concealed, covered off and overlooked. Catches out Apex. Bomb will go down. Watch the tag back because Draken's on 15. Body swings back to find Forrest. So it's all level playing. Truck to cover off the cross. Oh, Molotov. Careful, MBK. Walks into it, takes substantial damage as they try and fight on to trade it out, but Draken's got the better angle. Good shot, MBK, but he can't catch off Rez.
Oh, Thread's loving it. Freiburg was telling me earlier in the agreement that he's sometimes the most nervous unit part of NiP,
see it.
right?
His body language just says that.
Every round he seems to be bouncing around in a sigh of relief if they pull it off. Good job. Well, NiP just about pulled that one off, I have to say. It was a 2-on-2, but could have gone either way with that final shot with the AK-47. 7-5, another eco now for G2. Round of 13. NiP, I have to say, actually looking pretty good. They lost the pistol round. They went down 0-3, and they got quite a decent lead here to win this one as well. They've set themselves up to win the half. Draken, another opening orb shot. What's he on right now? 15 kills, 6 deaths. The Orpa stepping up against G2 here. 13 minutes from mid-control once again, but you've already got that opening pick right. This is absolutely fine. And then you got some more. Hold up in the crossfires. No one needs to overcommit. Hold the bomb sites, hold the lines.
Ooh.
Kenny S does find a wondrous Deagle shot there, but I don't think we'll get much more than that. Surely not. As they do come in towards the A side. Got the bomb. Objective is obviously get that planted, but Forrest says no. Apex fights back somewhat, but still has to cross to the site.
Give it time.
Plant, mate. Come on.
Yeah, I was going to say. Oh, watch the flank as well coming in. Oh, from A-main! Does read that to take down Rez, but you're right, the plant could have happened seconds ago.
Yeah, that's what they needed, really. They're going to have full buy regardless, but always get that plant. It's worth $800 per player into the next round if you're not aware. Tactical.
Yeah, I was going to say getting a tactical with 2 rounds at the end of the half because they have to discuss the buy, and
They've got plenty of money.
No, but I'm thinking, is that why, though? Is this going to be a double
I think this
team?
feeling that, look at Kenny, like, he just doesn't look fired up right now, does he? Like, I guess they're trying to, like, kind of get Smith involved.
So let's be clear about the long day aspect of this. Yes, it's a long day. Yes, we would have had the same amount of matches for the viewers on stream, but typically in a Swiss system, you play 1 a day. Oh, hello, Mouse. Look at him. He's over by the wires over there. Just crawling around. He's going to go in the door and into the arena. But That said, it's a better looking mouse than the one you
Oh,
play with.
I see an actual
Yeah,
mouse.
He's he play. Yeah,
There it is. Yeah.
yeah,
Oh my
yeah.
god.
Yeah, no, I know you're looking at your PC. I get it. You're a nerd. The point I was going to make is most of the time the players will play one game in a day during the Swiss system. In this case, they're playing two, which makes not only our day long, but their day longer because they can't just show up and play one. They have to sit around. So there is some reason to believe they're tired. However, the players voted for this. So
It's true. I've been wondering that. You can see Kenny is not turning up. He doesn't look fired up as he usually does, but that's better from Body. One of the stars for G2 finally coming in their favour. It's going to be a 5-on-4, but Exist fighting back towards A main, pushes through the smoke. What's going on across the map right now? Kenny S watching towards B store. Exist boosts himself up.
you know what would be a next level technical delay? If that mouse just like chewed a wire, just and everything just shuts down.
Yeah, I can't believe I actually spotted that. It's actually quite a big one running across the room.
Yeah.
See if we can get a cameraman on it.
May have been a. No, it was a mouse. I don't know. Body bomb dropped intentionally inside of the big garage. Molotov will actually set ablaze the reverse drop position, but Draken,
Brutal.
yeah, gets a great shot into Apex. This level as well because they started off well. They had the first pick, G2. Get right. Can't spot through the smoke. He's just going to jump to make sure no one pushes through it, but they're backing off. They don't want to take middle at this point in time, being down a man, knowing the AWP was there as well. And this is the timeout I was talking about. The double op set up on the T side is what they were going to go for, but they rely on picks in doing it. And they're putting themselves in a position at A main where putting out utility, you're going to leave smokes out of the equation at least toward quad because you want to find the pick, and even though you put smokes toward the truck, Exist finds you through them. Down goes MBK. Get right has already used the smoke to his advantage to sneak in behind him as well. Shox has no idea. He'll take the damage from the flames because he just wants to find Body instead.
I'm liking that from Get Right. Very intelligent stuff there as well. Sneaking through the smoke. Spots one player, but he doesn't want anything to do with that. Denies the bomb as well. Finds the AWP and shuts down the round. So I have to say, it's the younger players that impressed me the most so far. I guess Suarez had a decent game, but Draken, I have to say, amazing stuff from him. Like, he's been the MVP for NiP for sure. That AWP has been pivotal in their success here so far. Remember, 0-3 down as well, and G2 clutching at straws for the final round here. Galils are out, Tech9 as well, 3 AKs, and it's going to be NBK of no nades whatsoever. Draken this time, not pushing necessarily, goes in towards Checkers. It's being dynamic, changing position every single round. Exist, I think, calling for the boost of Forest here. They're safe for now, the smoke's been deployed. It's another player with the silence M4, of course, makes more sense. That's going to be Forest, of course, but it's falling back. Looks like we don't have anything going on for GT just yet. Default, I think one player's out middle. That will be Apex. He's coming out towards highway. That little jump, that infamous jump towards the box. Get right, gets one, but answered back to the Body.
Forrest still waiting in the corner. Kenny wants to go in with the Tech9. He won't check this. What he could do is bait himself in. I'm going to follow up trade. Really a deal when you're down a man and you've got AKs to work with. In they go. Forrest doesn't wait. Just takes the first. Sprays down a second as well. Kenny gets a response, but Kenny?
Here we go.
Still giving himself a chance. Finds a follow-up on Exist. I was going to say he was going to get traded back, but he's ready for the peak. Gets the bomb. Goes for the fast plant to cover off at A main. And there's split 1-1 retake truck and A main for the CTs. An AWP for Drake, and he's the one sneaking in, and he's going to get the angle as well because Rez engages first. NiP, much to the delight of Threat, will find round number 10, and they go 10-5 after going down 3 at the start. So only 2 gun rounds won from G2.
Yeah, G2 haven't really arrived to this first half whatsoever. T-side of cash, you're normally aiming for like at least 8 rounds. That's looking very dull indeed. Uninspired Counter-Strike, I have to say. The execution weren't really there. The fragging wasn't there at points as well. NiP recovering after going 0-3 down, and Draken, the MVP so far for NiP, looking assertive, and maybe that's enough to win them this huge game against G2. Matthew, I think we're going to take a quick break. We'll come back with the second half.
I like it. Let's do it. our last half of the night. We say that.
The Dayman's coming.
Yeah, well, yeah. Dayman's coming. Overtime's coming. Get Right is coming. He's marching on, in fact. Our eyes have seen the glory of the Forest in the pistol round. He'll take down Apex as well toward the truck. It's Body and Shocks. That's all that remains for G2. And the NiP, they won so many gun rounds in the last half. Some anti-ecos as well, obviously, considering the scoreline, but they did not win the pistol. This time could do better and put themselves on 11 rounds early. Potentially put themselves on 13 rounds. If they can convert them all, just Shocks to say anything of it, and they're already swarming over his position.
Absolutely. Fast play there from NiP, getting towards that ace site and opening things up. Forest looking very good there with the Glock. Quick bomb down and finding all the frags, and G2 have looked pretty weak here in cash so far, I have to say. It's been a long day, as we kind of stated before, but this is not good enough at the moment. Still going to be force buy, not so much. Okay, so get some deagles, a couple of sets of armor. The scout's coming out as well. I'll class this as a force buy, but it's going to be two players not getting the armor. That's Kenny S, of course, the AWP, MBK as well, with secondary deagle trying to find the first shot here. Can't do anything just yet. We expect NiP with threat behind him as well. They've always been very good at anti-ego rounds. Always one thing I've said about NiP generally. They're quite disciplined. They know the basics of it. They're not rushing into situations. They're doing the defaults, get that first pick. Use your utility. It's not worth saving that money if you're going to lose the round eventually. I think they've always been very good at that, actually. But Body, he's always be storage. That could be a slight fly in the ointment. We'll see what happens here. As Body goes towards T-spawn as well. Get right ready for it. Still plenty of time to work with here. Body might get right eventually. Does he go any further than this?
Exist. Already back in middle. That's going to find Body pushing, so the patience pays off for NiP. They're expecting some sort of reaction from G2.
It's perfect. This is how you play anti-ecos. I mean, that minor event or the major qualifier.
That one-on-one book you were going to write?
Yeah, dude. Like, when I was watching that major qualifier event, there's so many rounds of teams just kept rushing B on second
that actually happened a lot at the qualifier,
like,
I have to say.
Can you, like, players, like, that's why I always say about threat. Whenever I talk to him, I know he, like, kind of understands, like, the way Counter-Strike should be played and how you can maximize your win potential in terms of getting the percentage chance in your favor. That's how you do it.
I want to note as well, by the way, for the first time ever when the new players joined, he doesn't have to sit in your Get Right and segregate. Get Right and Forest are side by side, so they've got like their camaraderie, and the two new guys who play together are side by side. So I actually think this is, I know it's a minor thing, but NiP, they were both in Epsilon.
Epsilon, exactly right.
Yeah,
so that makes sense.
Before that was Cringe Gods or whatever they started out as. The fact that this is a fast round, we can talk over this rush down middle. Yeah, there we go. Very fast round. The fact of the matter is, I think there's something in that seating position for NiP because it'll give them each other sort of that confidence.
This in the middle as well.
Yeah, Forest and Get Right know each other. They can bounce off each other. I always felt like Chris was so isolated down there for the emotional reasons, but it never really had a chance because he can be so emotional that the new guy then feels pressured by that, perhaps. And then, yeah, no, I like it. I like the seating position now.
Oh, they're looking in very good stead to take this map here. 13-5. There was a force buy from the CTs, but not a huge deal. Kenny S has the AWP, not done quite yet. We haven't really had any stompings today, so we'll see whether they can maybe finish this one off, but I've got a feeling G2 are going to be fighting back. We'll see what happens here in round number 19. Well, for Kenny S, not looking as aggressive, I guess, as Draken in the first half. He's towards quad for now. Apex crawls up the ladder here. His position to look towards Squeaky Door. Might get something going here. It's going to be MBK to strike first. Very good on the A-bomb side. Finds two frags. And an Existo fighting back, but it's not quite enough. Bomb dropped. And Draken and Get Right out of position, excuse me.
Smoke down at A main. Get Right. He's going to go back out towards Squeaky Door. There's low HP enough, the fact that I would argue the man advantage probably isn't as big as you might otherwise give it. The one thing that saves it is Kenny's on the AWP, so he can still play a very, very good angle, and MBK can play off information, they can trade off him, etc. So on and so forth. But running toward the site like that's not going to help them, especially if they're low on it, because Shocks knows he's coming, sprays him down. That should secure the round. Bomb and A. Draken at that point is really just looking for a hope that he can slip through B and get undetected.
Still within a shot of this round. Get Right. 1 point the master of clutches. Can't find any form just yet, though. Kenny S takes him down. Low HP, gets away with it just about. We still have money available for NiP, and it's probably then the orb comes out as well. That's when Draken's absolute. It's dangerous. Nice work from MBK, I have to say. One of the stronger players we probably having CSGO on the A-bomb side of cash. Got positions named after him, so go figure. 13-6. Round number 20. Kenny S still on the AWP. No double AWPs that are coming out. It's obviously Shoxy and Kenny S that can bring that formidable duo together. And here we go. The AWP battle should be coming in. This time Kenny S looking sharp. Hits the first shot. 5-on-4 in their favor. Eris can't do anything about that, have to fall back. The AWP's not recovered either. Get right, not known to be an AWPer, but he wants to keep his AK-47, and this is his standard position. He hasn't really changed things up in that sense. He's always holding towards the B story, trying to lurk towards Checker, trying to get a kill. And then when in that poor form, that's when he was really struggling in that area. I felt like he was getting picked too much, trying to make too much happen by himself, and that's where he struggled. But another kill for G2 there as well.
Interesting that he throws the AK away. They've got guns, but yes, okay, an AK is an upgrade over an M4 if you want to argue that.
Yep. Especially on the CT side, holding angles, one-tap potential. It's something to throw it away.
Well, it's the old guard now for NiP that goes against G2.
Yes, you're right.
This will slip up middle. Could be 2 in a row for G2. If NiP were able to win this, it would have been a massive round for them. 14 and a quick reset. Molotov out. Get right. Reads it. Takes down MBK. Oh, timing from Exist. He actually had the angle right, but this might still work because Apex makes a ton of noise going highway. Exist is hesitant to strike, but he at least calls that, yes, there is one more going toward A, and he'll slip out late. Apex is not quite going to be in the open. He'll expect him to be at the forklift, so he calls it. Forrest finds it, and now they start to converge on the site. Kenny's got to back off because they've opened up the A site entirely, and he can't afford to be there alone. This is very good from NiP. It all starts from Get Right's pick and patience from Exist as Kenny starts to walk back in. Smoke down top highway, gap over toward its left as it fades. Get Right's got the angle, and they've pulled this back from a 5 versus 3. The old guard's got new tricks.
Yeah, apparently so, but Shoxy, though, looking to shut them down. He's got the kit. He's coming in from highway as well. 2 players low HP. He gets the first kill. We've got a chance, but Forrest says no. A resounding no as NiP find their 14th round, and it's Get Right. I did say, not known to be an AWPer, but he actually does a very good move there. The Molotov towards the MBK position, flushes one player out, takes him down, and hits a second shot as well. Opens up the bomb site. Apex, like you said, Exist, doesn't strike at the right time. He gets the information to his teammate. That's the most important thing. Stops the flanks at that point as well. Takes out dual body. It's a huge round to pick up, and look at the situation for G2. 1 round away from match point for NiP. Pistols, M4, UMP. No residual cash. Everyone's fully invested in this one. 1 kit. Surely they can't win this round. Not against a fully equipped NiP, who, as I said, have threat behind them, who have been drilling into them how to play these rounds and how to have maximum chance of winning percentages here. So, Kenny S with the M4. The sniper of the team on the rifle, although, to be fair, he is very proficient with the rifles as well. One of those few AWPers that can actually cause chaos with both disciplines.
Forrest busts the vent. Molotov goes in toward the bag's nade as well. Might as well stack the damage on top of it. Smoke will land in Z, but Forrest swinging out. That's just to protect the fact that he wants to peek toward A. That shot was damaging to MBK, down to 17 for him.
Yeah, this is looking good. The A pins will be coming in map towards highway. Forrest watching the connector as well. Everything set up perfectly. It's Kenny S and Apex. And caveat really is the rifle's waiting for the other side, but Exist, he doesn't care. Finds the first shot. MBK going down. Surely this is the round. Overtime. It's going to be the next step for G2. Now it comes down to the 3-on-1. Shoxy. P250, I don't think he delivers this one. It's going to be 15th round for NiP, guaranteed. So like I said, G2 now 9 rounds in a row. Surely this is it for NiP. Probably the best looking NiP we've seen in quite a while. It was so disappointing last 6 months, seeing them kind of drop off into obscurity almost. But this tournament, I'm actually quite excited at the prospect of what they're presenting so far.
Well, it's exciting, but we always know the honeymoon NiP.
That's true. Freiburg said that's definitely confirmed. That is a thing.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Yeah. Who was it? Was it G2? Or was it? Maybe it was Nico. Said when they brought on Drake and like, oh yeah, always have to play you against Honeymoon. We'll see you in 2 weeks.
I think that's Fnatic guys. I think.
Maybe it was. Yeah, that's right. Maybe it was like JW. Yeah, we'll see you in 2 weeks. You'll be done then.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. It's definitely a thing. But what a thing to have at an event like this.
Oh, right? Great. Yeah, absolutely perfect. This event, especially for NiP, who are not going to the major, is it. Do or die. Malmo comes up after that. They didn't get a direct invite. I have to be fair, I've been so busy. I haven't followed all of the Malmo coverage leading up to it. But yeah, this is a big chance for them to pick up a win where they can at this point.
We'll see what they can do.
Completely honest.
Pistols for G2. Surely this is the chance for NiP to get a convincing victory against G2. Absolute mammoth for serious go right now. Instead of 5-on-5. going towards B. It'll be a B split from the vents and the storage area as well. Body and his teammate as well, Shoxy, waiting with their pistols in hand. Body at the headshot position. Scored that for a reason. First shot comes in. It's Forrest to get it as well. Double frag for him. This is going to be it now, but Apex fighting back, doing decent damage. Finds 1 kill. 4 on 2 now as Rez pushes towards CT spawn. I don't think it's going to be enough. That's it. NiP will indeed take down G2. A convincing performance. They were down 0-3 as well. The final score will be 16-6. They're looking sharp right now. Draken especially. Great performance on the CT side. I have to say, though, that was not a G2 I've ever seen before. They looked very uninspired. No one really stepping up at all. The T side was pretty weak across the board. But here it comes, the final kill, Matt. I was hoping that would time a little bit better, but there we go. Final kill comes in. NiP fired up. It's nice to see Gero with a smile on his face.
Yeah, it's been a while, very long while, especially for him. He's had a long road back, considering some of the performances during the slump that he in particular had. But G2, battered and bruised, they'll go 1-1. NiP are 2-0 right now. In a Swiss format, you'd have to expect that a playoff berth is definitely in the cards for them. Stranger things have happened, but a great opening day and a great debut for Rez, I have to say. I'm super impressed. I think you are. I don't need to say anything beyond that. We'll send it to break. We'll join the desk. Day 1 is done.